leather gloves, we're slapping in hams, popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands, pink cotton candy, love on a stick, was chasing the deer that circle the lips, play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Laughter Saves Lives
Live!
here on Strong Island Television in Paradise Studios in beautiful downtown
Massapequa.
Nueva York.
And today's show is brought to us by Barasch and McGarry,
Wow.
lawyers for the 9/11 community.
You got right in there early.
I wanted to get in.
Thank you, Michael Barasch, for your support. I didn't even say we're right by the LAR, Long Island Railroad, right to LAR. We got Chris Monty here tonight.
Celebrity.
And look who's
Chris
back
Monty.
from the Halloween Boo stuff, Rich Walker.
Boo.
He was working some Halloween stuff. No, I don't think we talked about you once. Nobody even asked.
It never even came
We never
up.
got a text like,
Oh,
"Where's
you missed
Rich?"
every show in October?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and nobody even said
Every
"Where's
Wednesday.
Rich?" You know, what we did was we had a lot of pretty girls on, so nobody was missing you.
Yeah.
They say the same thing when he misses the Boo Fest.
Is
Where's
he
Rich?
really?
No, I don't know.
Not scaring anybody. So welcome back.
Thank you.
You know I don't do politics, but I'm going to talk about the vote that took place the other day
Yeah.
in Vincent's school. It was
Oh, yeah.
it was pizza or pancakes. They voted on Monday. They had off on Tuesday.
I gotta go pizza here.
The results came in today for tomorrow's lunch. You ready?
Who wants pancakes for lunch?
Vincent.
Kids.
Vincent.
Did they win?
I don't know the results.
Oh,
Yeah, here's the thing. I called my grandson. He wouldn't answer the phone for me. He
you
wouldn't
sent
answer
him
the
the
phone.
voicemail.
So next week, because I'm sure a lot of you on the edge of your seat, I would vote pizza unless I had a lot of
Gotta
pizza.
go pizza. Well, it depends
Well,
also where the pizza's coming from.
Yeah.
Well, some people are impressed, especially kids, if you say, we're going to have breakfast for dinner. Like, they're like, what? You know.
I'm not-
When my mom had something to do when we were kids, and she goes, "Oh, John, I got to my father, I got to do something." And my dad goes, "I'm making dinner tonight." He'd go, "Who wants potatoes and egg sandwiches for dinner?" And we go, "Yeah,
Yeah.
breakfast for dinner."
Yeah.
It was, yeah, but it wasn't a tiny thing, right? Potatoes, peppers, and
Yeah,
eggs,
sure.
you know.
Are you a breakfast for dinner guy? Like, can you eat breakfast after a comedy show, like late at
Oh,
night?
yes.
See, I can't eat breakfast unless I'm waking up in the
Well,
morning.
Dinah, you never had eggs coming after?
No. Even
Yeah,
if
I
it's
like
like
that.
4 a.m, I cannot
Oh,
have
okay.
breakfast until I have to lay down and get up. Then I get up.
There is nothing better than, and you know, guys know me. I like to have a couple drinks during my show. There's
Yeah.
nothing better than going to that late night diner and getting that whiskey on the rocks with your eggs over easy.
Oh,
and your-
really?
And
Yeah.
your well done hash
And
browns.
you drizzle it. And
Yeah. A little whiskey on it. Yeah, no.
Well,
But I just, eggs in the morning, like 4 in the morning, 2 in the morning after you had a good
I
show.
can do that, yes.
So good to see you, though.
Thanks. The
We
most
know each other how long?
I'm doing comedy 26 years. I must know you 25 and a half years.
25. And
I know him.
He's
Wow.
been on.
Longer.
He's been on TV shows, and I'm still in bowling alleys. But other than that,
I'm on this. How can I be doing good?
Right.
I
I think
what
you
we
went
just
full
did-
circle.
I was going to say, yeah, see? And then I'm like, wait a second. He just insulted us.
I'm only teasing.
You know
I
what?
got my favorite hat on.
Wait, are you still
real
writing
quick.
your sitcom that we started 20 years ago?
Yes. Yes. I'm working on a few projects, but yes, you can listen. You know the deal in this business. You just keep throwing it against the wall. Just keep throwing
Let
it
me tell you
against the
something.
wall.
One thing I got to say about you, you've never stopped. You always are creating. You're always doing. You're always hustling. There's so many guys in the business you meet that are talented and they're so darn lazy. And you go, why? But you.
Thank you, Chris. John is really
I was
good,
talking to
too.
John.
Oh.
No, Rich is the same way. But I mean that, John, you're always going.
Go-
You
and both
never
of
stop
you.
going.
Thank you.
You're the
Thank you.
Energizer Bunny. You
Thank
always
you.
go.
He
And
does.
I wanted to say, I always had for Chris because we had a great Met season. People, I talked to a few people like, oh, yeah. No, we had a ball this year. And look at this hat. My 3 favorite
love that
things. FDNY, my hazmat, and the Mets in one hat. Isn't
And you
that
know
cool?
what? I just said to you before the show, I love that hat. And
I
you know
love
what? And I was sad for like a day when they got knocked out, but I was really, really said, you know what? I was not expecting this. And this was probably one of the most fun since '86.
Absolutely.
One of the most fun seasons that we've ever
well,
had.
you know, I always said we had music, we had love,
We
there
had
was a lot of
Grimace,
love,
we had Grimace.
and we had fun.
And we had fun.
We had fun, so you can't ask for more than
Right.
that. You
It
know,
was
only
right.
one team
You
can
can't.
win. Only one team can win.
And you know what? The better team won.
Halloween. How was your Halloween with the kids? Did you get dressed?
I didn't get dressed. My wife got dressed. So my daughter originally, I have two daughters, Olivia and Emily.
I have an Olivia.
You have an Olivia
That's
too.
right.
I love that name when you named your daughter. I remember when she was born. That's
Right.
how long we
I
go.
know. We know each other a long time.
So Olivia wanted to be. She's 5. Emily doesn't know anything. She's 2. She doesn't really, But originally, back in the end of August, Olivia said, "We're going to be Bluey. We're going to be the Bluey family."
Nice.
Any parents out there know what Bluey is?
Sure,
right?
Bluey. Yeah.
Your granddad,
Absolutely.
So then in mid-September, she changed her mind and she goes, "Daddy, I don't want to be Bluey
Yep.
anymore." And I said, "Okay, sweetie, whatever you want to be." She goes, "I want to be a witch." I said, "That's your mother's department. Go talk to her." And so my
Your
mother,
mother's got 3 costumes.
yes, and we
That
didn't.
she wears daily.
we
No,
didn't.
that's
Those
not
are
nice.
outfits.
We didn't have to buy broomsticks. No, they were witches. My wife and my 2 daughters.
She wanted to be a unicorn. She said, "Unicorn, I want to be a unicorn." Right, my 3-year-old granddaughter. Then I bought a unicorn costume. I said, "I'm going to be Grandbabs," because they call me Grandbabs. My grandpa. I'm going to be Grandbabs unicorn. Then she pissed, so she changed it. Now I got the costume. Right now she changed it 3 times. She happened to be Elsa. Then finally she was Elsa.
Okay.
Now Halloween rolls around, and I wore it here last week. Freaking hot.
Oh yeah.
Well, this costume,
And it was 78 degrees.
Yeah,
that day,
this costume is hot. So I go, I ain't wearing this. I go to my Olivia, you're wearing it because she went trick or treating. Was you wear this,
Right.
Bobby? So I went in the
Men's
drawer.
XL.
Here's what I picked out. Look at this. What I wore. Look at what I wore. I bought this outfit a few years ago, thinking I would honestly wear it on to something.
Excuse me.
This is the first day I looked in my drawer and said, Halloween. I can finally wear this.
But
thing.
that looks like you on a regular day.
What? But the comments, mostly by my son, that I got wearing this outfit, a lot of them very inappropriate, right? Very inappropriate.
I can see you.
Fathers would come up to me, like we coach the baseball team, so I know a lot of the dads, and they come walking up to me and they go, I go, "Don't say it. Don't say it. It's not going to sound right,
When they're gonna be down in the village for the parade tonight.
There you go. There you go.
I went to a party of something really scary.
Well, can I just see the family picture
Yeah,
before you go there?
okay, yeah,
The
yeah.
family picture. Look at this.
Oh,
Look at this. There's
I
my
should've gave
son.
you my
He's
pictures.
my son. He's the good boy with the mask on.
This is your house?
That's not my house. No, that house is nicer than my house.
Okay.
we said, let's take a picture. Get away from my house.
No, but that's
No.
great. That's
Oh,
great.
that's.
And you know what? It was a great day because, and Richie, then you go to your story because
No
for
story.
the first time we've lived in our neighborhood for 4 years. My daughter's been trick or treating for 3 of those. The first one she didn't remember, but it was the first time in the last 3 years she didn't have to wear a jacket over her costume.
Yeah, that's
It was
right.
so nice out.
That's
She could
right.
wear a costume.
And I was timing my grandson. They got a 30-second. 8-year-old. They got 30 seconds. Boom. Next house. Boom. The little one she's walking up. She's looking at the decorations. Walking up slow. I'm like, chick, you got to speed this up a
And
little
we
bit.
would cover points in the neighborhood like a map.
Oh,
Yeah.
This
Let me
section-
tell you,
This house.
These kids today,
Yeah.
nothing on
No.
us.
No.
45 minutes into trick or treating, right? I'm trick or treating with my mother. My mother-in-law came, my sister-in-law and her kid, and a couple of kids from our street all together, right? There's like
Yeah.
10, 12 of us walking. 45 minutes in, my daughter Olivia goes, "All right, Dad, I'm ready to go home."
Ooh.
I go,
Oh, yeah,
"Ready to
they
go
don't
home?"
like
What?
I go,
Sack
I go,
up,
I
kid.
go, "You got free candy coming for the rest of this neighborhood. We'll be out till 7:00 tonight." No, Dad. She goes, "I'm tired. I'm done."
Oh.
Daddy wants
And
to
so I wanted to go home. So I was like, good, but I was also like,
Yeah.
really? I was like, when I was your age, we went out, we
Yeah.
changed costumes, we went back out,
That's
hit
right,
the same
same
And
house
houses
again.
again.
dumped all the candy out of the bag
Yeah.
and went back.
I mean,
out
the,
again.
the pillowcase. My mother gave us the
Yeah,
pillowcase.
yeah.
Go fill it up for
Yeah.
mommy.
Yep.
We
I taught 2 classes this week. I want to thank Greene County hazmat team. And today I was way out east in Riverhead, where they where the barges come in and they offload a mile and a half out, and then they pipe it into those big tanks.
Right.
Yeah.
Taught a class there. But at Greene County, I was the lead instructor, and you want to really seem like you know what you're talking about,
Right.
because you want them to have your back. You want to make more money, right? You want to go back, right?
Right.
Right.
So it was midday, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm pulling this off. Let me buy them lunch. Let
Did you
me get
bought the lunch?
I bought.
Oh, wow.
You think they're gonna have me back now? Firefighters get
Are
them a
you
free
kidding
lunch?
me? You're the favorite
Oh,
guy of all time.
No matter what I said the rest
They
of the
didn't
day.
listen to anything. They were like,
They-
all I know is this
We
chicken
got
cutlet's
lunch.
coming in a half an
You
hour.
gotta- Smart. See, you should do that at your comedy shows.
Let me tell you something.
You should
Bring
buy the audience a
sandwiches.
meal.
I did it at a venue I worked. I won't mention the venue, but a venue I worked, a resort I worked in Pennsylvania for many years. I got friendly with I like to have a couple drinks during the show, whatever, after the show. got friendly with the bartenders and the wait staff. And all of a sudden they said, wait, you come in from New York. I go, yeah. They go, can you bring us pizza? Just bring us the pizza. We love pizza. I
Really?
brought.
Pennsylvania doesn't even have it.
They have
Yeah,
good,
some
decent
place,
pizza,
yeah.
but out where I was, it was in the sticks.
Yeah, no.
I would come in, and I would go. I was in Queens then. I would stop. I'd get 4 pies,
Wow,
2
really?
Sicilian,
Wow.
2 regulars. I'd have 1 pepperoni, 1 sauce and peppers, and 2 plain. I'd bring 4 pies in on my dime, and it'd be cold, but they had ovens, right? And I go, here, I go, pizza from New York, and that was it. The rest of that year, I got more dates than any other comic there.
Well,
they were like, you got to bring back Monty. You got to bring him back.
I'm gonna say.
a lot
And
of
did you
pizza.
bring the pizza every time you came?
That's right.
I would bring. I cut it down to 2 because I knew that the people that wanted it, it was only about
Right, a few.
4 or 5 guys.
Yeah,
so
the
I
rest
bring
of
2
them.
pies.
What are you thinking when he says that? What are you thinking when he tells that story?
I should now. You just got to bring it every time.
No, I'm thinking the kind of money I make when I do shows, I couldn't afford that.
But I also sell
You know what I
merch
mean?
after the show.
I'm getting
But-
I sell
$50.
merch after the show, so I was
All right,
making
all
an
right,
extra couple
all right.
$100
You have
selling
to
shirts.
look at his act and look at your act.
But I'm saying I already
He's also
done.
not working the resorts. I'm
It's
working.
it's
Yeah.
too late for you to
Neither
throw
am
dig
I.
at me. I
Wow.
did the dig.
You don't leave. The road for you is Nassau.
That's
Um,
too far.
What else? What else did I want to say? I think I covered what I wanted. Oh, all right. Now here's my wife, who's not been feeling well the last year, right?
Paul, I love you.
So she says I got to go for a sleep. They want me to go for a sleep study,
Ugh.
right? I've been to those, and she says they said you could come with me.
Why? To see why she's not
Now,
sleeping.
listen, she's been not feeling well, whatever. Now I got to watch my response. Like you just said, why?
Right.
That if I responded quick like that, I could be in big right.
With your wife?
I
Yes.
could be, I could be in big
I know
trouble.
his wife,
So
so
I
yes.
looked at her and I'm saying, you know what? She's been through a lot. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with him. If that's what makes her feel comfortable, I'm gonna go.
Right.
She says, when is it? She goes, oh, it's Monday. I go, it's pickleball night. I'm not going. She, what do you mean? You go, I gotta play pickleball. I need that. So then the whole thing went back and forth, and
Yeah.
Olivia stepped up and
How
said,
old's
I'll go
Olivia
with
now?
her. 23.
Oh my God.
She says, I'll go with her. So
That's how long I know you, because I remember
Yeah.
when your
Well,
wife
you
was pregnant
see,
with her.
the method
Yeah.
to the madness here is now Olivia don't got to play pickleball.
well, she didn't play, but guess who filled in? Bring her right up here. Bring her. This is my
We
fill-in
have another seat
player.
right here.
She is on my team. She fills in when Olivia can't make it. It's Bridget. Bridget.
I'm
Right?
shorter than you guys.
Say Kavanaugh.
No, the chair is also small.
Say
It is.
You can't go
That's
higher.
only for you to say. Like,
Oh, you like when I say it, right? So Bridget filled in. Oh, let's do our pickleball music just so we can get in the mood for just a quick pickleball segment. Go! Bada bing! Pickleball night, week 1. Team Laughter Saves Lives, made up of Johnny LaRocca and Bridget Kavanaugh, went 2 wins and 3 losses.
Yeah.
Now you say, oh, that sucked, right? No. We lost 2 games, 11-10.
yes, we played hard.
And I had to hold her back one game. She wanted to go after one of those teams. She gets very feisty. That's what I like about her.
Competitive.
Very feisty.
There was one guy who
Yes.
will remain nameless, but I felt like he was playing a little dirty because at the
What was he
end, when
doing?
the end was near,
Yes.
he was slamming it at me, a girl,
Right.
just a little girl, was slamming the ball at me, and I didn't like that.
Well, here's what I can
And
say.
I
to
did
that.
slam it back at him a couple of
I
times.
know you
Good
did.
for
And
you.
here's what I can say
Because-
about that.
Because we're equal.
You are good enough that
Thank
the
you.
opposing teams, a lot of them, are going to go after you.
Okay, then
They're going to go
appreciate
after you.
that.
That's because you're good enough.
That's true.
But what I don't like is when I play with Olivia, she doesn't watch the show. She stinks.
She's good.
No, she's all right. She's all right.
Olivia was on my team when I took the fall. That
She
time.
pushed you. She pushed you when you fell.
Rich, you
The-
play pickleball?
No,
once for 5 minutes, and he hurt
10
himself
minutes.
and was in rehab for 8 months after.
I still
Freaking
I
guy
had
come
physical
out with those
therapy and
twiggy
everything.
legs on the
My arm
court.
still hurts.
So anyway, but they were doing that with Olivia. We played 2 guys who were really good, and they were hitting it at her, not even hardly at me. And I hate that.
They didn't want to hit at the old
They
grade
wouldn't
level.
have. but
He's
I got some
good.
game.
No, you
Little
got
game.
He's good. He's good.
You got
And
game.
a little bit of game. So thank you for filling in.
Thank you. Always good. I always like to play.
And you hung out just to do a little pickleball segment.
Right.
But
I did.
during the day, and a lot of comics, they don't want to say, my day job, they want to be known as the comic. All right. I think a lot of audiences relate better when they know you're a regular person who's out there making people laugh. This girl is a occupational therapist. I finally said it right.
Yes, you did.
After 4 years. Tell them what you do. What you do in
What
general.
occupation?
All occupations.
Oh, God. This is why you're a comedian.
I can't help it. My hair is
Richard,
Tell them what you
higher
do,
volume
Your hair is
tonight,
looking
too.
stunning.
Don't tell him that.
It looks like a fountain, a water fountain. You know? Like one of those. I feel like I want to throw a coin.
Every week they compliment the hair, and he thinks they're serious. All right, so good. Tell us what you do.
Anyway, I'm an occupational therapist. I currently work in more of a private practice right now, but we work with kids with autism mostly. So yeah, that's what I do every day. We do a lot of different kind of rehab with we use a lot of cool kind of cutting edge stuff. We're using lasers, all that kind of thing.
What's the
So it's all-
difference between occupational therapist
And
and
physical?
physical
This is a
therapist?
classic question.
They do
Is
the
it-
daily
Is
chores.
it? Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Occupational
What?
therapy is
Let
more
her-
your functional day-to-day stuff that you have to do. So if you're in a nursing home, like you presumably will be at some point, you go
In about a year.
They, if you break your hip or whatever, the OT
that's
is helping you figure out how to put your pants on and do all of the things that you have to functionally do every day. And the PT is more
injuries.
muscle rehab.
Right.
Well, I
Great
always
question.
say, yeah, you're getting paid, it's a living, but to choose that profession, you're doing God's work, you're dealing with kids, whatever. It says a lot about who you are and why I love hanging out with you, because you're a really cool person.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, thank you for hanging out and doing the Dopey Pickleball segment
Always.
and telling us a little bit about you. And you're going to
Thank
be
you for your
on the
service.
11/22.
I will be there.
Almost
at
Gala.
Yep.
She'll be on the show.
I got
The
a pretty
show.
spot.
She
Good.
got the spot. There was a lot of negotiation going on, a lot of
Right.
guilt.
Yeah.
And Jack Clunan called me and said, you know what? I don't know if I can make the Gala. You're off,
Right.
Bridgerton.
Where's that show?
Oh, right across the street here at the
I'm
American
on
Legion
it,
Massapequa.
but
Oh, and this is something I don't want.
Richie's open.
You sent me an email today or a message. I'm not going to get into personal stuff, but something about if your account and
yes.
if you pay me, and I looked and I have 13
No,
shows.
tell them what happened.
What? I don't want
Your
to
account.
divulge it. No, I won't divulge it.
No,
Why
don't you
not?
want to tell people so they don't?
Yeah, if you get PayPal asking
he got
for
hacked.
money from
Oh.
me,
No.
don't pay me.
Oh.
And here's the good point.
Because it's
I would
somebody set up
never-
an account.
Yeah,
and
here was
pay
the
me.
good point. He sent me that, and I have 13 shows coming up. He's not on any of them. So I didn't have to worry. I didn't have to worry.
I just didn't want you. I figured if there's anybody that's going to fall for it,
True.
That's where you
Bridget
go.
Kavanaugh! Bridget Kavanaugh!
Thank you very much.
We're going to go to break. We'll be right back with Tom.
If you spent time downtown on 9/11 or in the 8 months after, you were exposed to toxic air and may be eligible for compensation from the $10 billion 9/11 Victim Fund. But most people who qualify still haven't claimed what they're entitled to.
I worked downtown. I didn't die. I was an office worker. I felt like there were others who deserved the money more than I did.
A major reason people haven't claimed the money they're due is guilt. They feel guilty claiming funds when others died or were first responders.
I heard there were 9/11 funds, but because I wasn't a first responder, I did not apply.
You do not have to be a first responder to qualify. This fund was created for everyone who worked, lived, or attended school south of Canal Street, who may have experienced or have experienced respiratory illness or any of the 68 cancers linked to the toxins. Even if you have a family history of cancer, there is a presumption linking most cancers to the toxins.
I thought it was too late to make a claim. My spouse worked downtown at a bank and died of cancer. Honestly, I just haven't felt up to it.
The government's $10 billion Victim Fund and Health Program have been permanently extended. You just need to have been below Canal Street on 9/11 or at any time in the following 8 months. To see if you qualify, call or go to 911fund.com to speak to a representative of Barasch and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community.
There are many reasons people who are eligible for compensation are not stepping up to claim it. To those who are holding back, I would say just take the first step. Ask for help. Make the call. It's not too late.
I called and I qualified.
I qualify.
I qualify.
Millions of dollars remain unclaimed. You do not have to be seriously ill to qualify.
And we're back. Laugh to Stage 9 live. Paradise Studios, Toronto Television.
I got it.
Back with Tom Ronayne. Tom popped in. Who's missing? Bridget's missing. Did you realize that? About 20 people just tuned out.
Yeah,
where's the good-looking girl? She gone? These stunads are up there. So, Tom, we know each other a while. We met in your previous job. Right now, you're on the board of directors for General Needs LTD, right? General Needs LTD. Great organization that we're going to talk about. But when I met you, what did you do for your career? Just fill the audience in a little bit.
So I was the director of Veterans Affairs for Suffolk County. That's the other half of Long Island.
Right.
And, you know, it was a great opportunity. Spent 20 years doing that, and met a lot of people like you who are out there in the community just giving back.
People who are not funny giving back is
Nice.
So we met then. We got together in when did you take me for lunch? What was that place in?
It's all about the food.
It's all always you know that. You know that. Oh, I wanted to bring food for. Oh shoot!
Right.
I was gonna stop at
I
Ivone's.
thought there was going to be pizza.
No, I was
Next
gonna bring
time
some
I'm here,
stuff
I'm
from
bringing
Ivone's. Yeah, we can nosh.
Yeah, I don't remember. It was in Northport.
It was in Northport.
It was
That's
in
what it
Northport.
was.
The bakery.
Yeah, nice little place. We hung out, we chatted. We never got the show off the ground that we wanted to do, but we're not giving up.
Well,
We're not giving up.
we were doing well, and then what was that thing? COVID.
Oh yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
happened.
Oh,
And we just we could never get the wheels back on the wagon
But-
after COVID.
But we're getting the wagon back.
Yeah.
So now you're on the board of directors for General Needs. And are you on the board of directors for Paws of War too, or you just volunteer with them?
No, I volunteer with them. I do similar things.
All right, so let's talk
Similar
about
things.
General Needs. I met Lonnie, who's an unbelievable person. He started at Northport VA Hospital giving out socks, brand new socks and underwear, I think, to veterans who needed them.
No,
He was
tell you something,
he
that's
was
big.
there for whatever, and he saw
Socks are the forgotten clothing that
Yeah.
people don't give, right?
Socks and underwear.
and
And
now,
as we get older, first thing that gets cold is your damn feet. It's true.
yeah. And now, tell us a little more about General Needs, what they're doing.
So when Lonnie and his wife Susan, when they founded General Needs, they met a homeless veteran, and it was a little bit of it was startling to them that this individual was a veteran. He was an intelligent, educated, articulate guy, but he was homeless. And they had a conversation.
Wow.
And part of it came around to, what do you need? Can we help in some way? And the guy literally said, I need socks and underwear. Now, here's a guy who wore our uniform, served our nation, fought
He's asking
for
for
this
socks and
country,
underwear.
and he's asking strangers if they can help him out with some socks and
Wow.
underwear. And that was the moment when this thing was born. And today I can tell you that we are serving thousands of veterans.
Yep.
We provide, nothing is ever used. Nothing, a lot of places
Well,
you can,
right,
you can
right,
donate clothing,
Right.
gently used.
Right.
Everything that comes out of General Needs will be brand new, tags still attached in
That's
the original packaging. And we're doing winter coats, boots.
Nice boots, nice sneakers.
Thousands of winter coats,
Yeah.
thousands of pairs of boots, tens of thousands of pairs of socks and underwear. And we serve homeless veterans who are transitioning out of homelessness. And we're trying to be just a small part of a solution to a really tragic problem. That,
Right.
And Lonnie in General Needs has allowed us to be a small part of them. We're writing some checks, but he invited me to some of the handouts. And I think I told you, and I'd love for you guys to come one day, where these guys line up in their cars. They're all vetted. They're in need. Right?
You know who they are.
Right. And they line up in their cars, and you're passing shoes through the window, shirts, and they're looking at you and they're going, thank you. And you're like, thank me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you. We shouldn't have to do this. Thank you. And it's just an awesome that you leave there and you go, man, I did something good today. I really, and that's what I always tell my kids. We all write the big checks. We all make donations, right? But when you volunteer your time, you only have so much of that, right? You volunteer your time. It's an awesome feeling, and they do great work.
So I have to tell you, at the end of all of this, what we're trying to accomplish is suicide awareness, suicide prevention. Our veterans, the veterans in the United States, have a tragically disproportionate rate of suicide relative to the general population. So when you have people who are homeless, they frequently will have mental health challenges.
Sure.
They will have alcohol misuse, drug misuse, and all of these people are at much greater risk of suicide.
Yeah.
So we've all heard this number, 22 a day, an unacceptably high number. 22 veterans every single day will complete suicide.
Wow.
For every one who completes suicide, 25 more are going to attempt.
Right.
That's every day.
Yeah.
While we're sitting here, before we finish this show tonight, a veteran in this country will have taken his own life. So what we try to do is just give a little hope, provide a little. This guy, this remarkably good-looking red-headed guy walks up with a pair of sneakers and some socks and underwear and says, "I don't know you. You don't know me. I'm a veteran. That makes us brothers. I can't promise you tomorrow, but I can try and make your today a little bit better."
Right.
And I have to tell you something. We're
Sometimes
moving
that's
the
what they
needle.
need. Yep.
We're moving the needle.
You are. You
So
guys do an unbelievable
We
work.
are actually leaving next week. There's a project. General Needs does a thing called Project 1342. All that is 22 a day times the number of days in November and December.
Okay.
While we're all enjoying our holidays in a house with the heat on, food in the refrigerator, these guys and girls are experiencing homelessness. So what we do is it's a road trip. We start up in Maine.
Dates? Do you have dates?
November 12, 13, 14, 15. We'll be on the road and we're going
Next
to
week?
next week.
It's next week.
Next week. We start in Maine. We're going to come from Maine. We're going to do New Hampshire, Vermont. We're going to do Massachusetts, Rhode Island, down into Connecticut. And we are going to visit 8 or 9. I'm not sure how many we have set up right now. 8 or 9 homeless veteran shelters in these places out in one of them is literally called Cabin in the Woods. I don't know if I should have said that. And we go up there and we have the vans all loaded. And we're going to go up there. We've already been in contact with these locations, and they've given us sizes, gender. We know who the men and the women are. So we're going to bring you your Nike 9.5s, and we're going to bring you a pair of winter boots, beautiful winter boots,
Nice.
a winter coat, hats, gloves, scarves, socks, underwear. We're going to bring
That's
meals.
phenomenal.
And like I said, all we want to do is provide a little bit of hope for just a little while and make a difference.
You got.
That's
I'm gonna just get you guys some money tomorrow since you're going on this trip. Because I was gonna give you some money at the gala, but I'll get it to you ahead of time because you're going on this trip. So now, Paws of War. We want to do a show to help General Needs raise some money, but also Paws of War, which you're going to tell me about right now. You guys deserve a show in a theater, in a beautiful theater. Not that the American Legion of Knights of Columbus, I love doing shows there. So I picked up the phone today and I called our buddy over at the Long Island Comedy Festival, Paul Anthony. I said, "Hey, here's what I want to do. Will you work with us?" And without hesitation, he said, "Absolutely." So he's already looking at the theaters for March. You got a show right up here at the desk. This guy's a national headliner over here, Chris Monty. Richie, Monty's a national headliner.
He's a local headliner.
Richie, I bust his balls all the time. This guy is so funny. I sit back and I watch him. Just his timing and his delivery. He's been around Long Island for. He's very, very funny. I'll sneak on that show, and maybe we'll get Bridget to be on the show. I always like to have a female, and we're excited about doing this show. So tell us a little bit about Paws of War.
Paws of War is, so the motto, we're saving lives at both ends of the leash. And a big part of what we do is we rescue animals. We take those rescued animals and we train them to be service dogs for military, veterans, and first responders. About a third of the folks that we're serving right now are law enforcement, fire service, or emergency medicine.
Do you have a cost, an average cost, on what that costs you to train them
per animal?
Yeah.
You know what?
Just a ballpark.
The model that we use, it's just the training of the dog alone is going to be between $5,000 and $10,000.
Right.
Wow.
Because I think it would be cool for us, Laughter Saves Lives, to adopt a dog,
Right.
and raise enough money to put. Are they allowed to put, like, because we were going to do it with the NYPD at one point and it fell through. You could put like the Laughter Saves Lives logo. They have, like, if they wear that vest, the dogs.
Yeah.
Is that the case? Do they wear that?
So the vest, we want to have service animal, do not pet.
Right.
I am working, something like that.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, there are people who put other things on it.
Like,
but
no,
then-
but that could be on it. But if we could put, like, Laughter Saves Lives in memory of Hazmat 1 Squad 288.
there are
something like
guys who
that.
put their fire department patches on there.
Yeah.
They're
That'd be cool.
they're
That really-
they're
Dalmatian.
precinct,
It's got to be
their
a Dalmatian.
department.
What's that?
It's got to be a Dalmatian.
No, well,
I'll tell you what, we actually have been discussing, we're going to be doing something very exciting in May of next year. And one of the things that we're discussing is creating opportunities where folks in the community can actually work with us to secure naming rights to a dog. So we can have, I take my dog home and that dog is with me for 12, 14, 15 years.
You name it.
And every time I call him, I've got to yell, Warokia, come here. So you can name a dog.
right.
There's-
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool too. Name it like, I name it Gardner. Gardy, after Tom Gardner. Name it
yeah.
Gardy. That would be
I
cool.
was just going to say that, name them after,
I would love that.
those who have gone before us.
I would love that. Yeah, I would love that.
We have a really cool program. It's called War Torn Pups. So our servicemen deploy all over the world, and very often they go to not such nice places.
Right.
We are very fortunate here. We have a relationship with our animals. We're domesticated, and the dogs are our family.
Sure.
A lot of places are not like that. These
No.
dogs they're feral, they're wild.
Right. See them
they,
in the streets.
they fight them. They're a food source.
Yeah.
People
Right,
are capturing these dogs in the street. So when our guys deploy into these places, it's not uncommon for that stray dog to come over and just, who are these guys?
Right.
And some American
feed
GI
them,
is going to
yeah.
hand that dog a scrap piece of an MRE. That dog is never leaving your side again.
Right.
That dog has never
Right.
been treated. Now, X number of months later, 8, 9, 10 months later, these guys have grown attached to this dog. It's
And
the
they go home.
it's the squad dog. It's the company
Sure.
dog. It's the barracks dog. You can't take that dog home with you. You've got to leave that dog where you are. We've actually developed a network around the world, and we have a guy who spends a good deal of his time traveling, and he may be in North Africa this week, and next week he's going to be in Pakistan or Afghanistan or Iraq. He just got back from Syria. Last week we had somebody in Beirut. With everything going on in Beirut, we had somebody in Beirut pulling out a dog and a cat.
Wow.
All right. We bring these animals home and we train them up with somebody from the unit that was taking care of them.
Right.
And we put them
So
back
cool.
together. My God.
That's sweet.
You
Yeah.
talk about good medicine.
Oh, wow.
You talk
The
about
best.
guys who are grieving, leaving behind that dog who became a part of their family.
Sure.
Oh, it's
Got
incredibly
them through some
powerful.
rough times.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
And you also are starting a horse program, right? I was talking to you about that. Was it the horse?
Yeah, so we probably we're a little bit premature on making any announcement,
Okay.
but
I didn't say. Did I say cut? I didn't say anything.
But I said,
Oh, that's right. You. By the way,
Don't print it.
by the way, yesterday you said don't mention it. All right, never mind. I'm sorry.
Hey, John, I've got a secret for you.
Don't mention it. And I said,
But
Oh,
so
John.
saving lives at both ends of the leash, both ends of the reins, and
Right.
there's something special about horses.
There is,
Equine
yeah.
therapy. Humans connect with horses if the horse accepts you. Doesn't
Right.
always happen, but
And
when
they
that
have their own
they
personality.
do, and they understand us, they sense us, and it's just incredible. It's magical to watch the transformation that occurs in both the animals and in the service, the veterans and the first responders that they're working with changes lives, saves lives.
Right.
And so we're spinning up a program that will consist of that. And maybe next time we'll have
bring a horse in. Bring a horse in. We got animals.
Go ahead, dare me.
We've had animals.
Sound
in here.
green.
So Bobby just fell off his chair in the back. Can't bring horses in here.
So it's good stuff, and a lot of guys.
A lot of good stuff.
Some of these guys and girls, we've got FIDME, we've got all sorts of agencies, and we're growing. Pulse of War is growing.
No, you're doing a lot of good stuff.
We're established in Suffolk County, but we're serving people from all over, from the boroughs, from New Jersey. And one of the things that we're trying to ensure is that you live in New Jersey, but you're coming in to Nesconset to work with your dog, with the trainer.
Right.
It's a long trip.
How many times are you going to jump on the Cross Bronx before you say I'm done with this?
You put them up.
So we do what is necessary.
Right. Do you have a room?
We have to. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to establish another facility here in Nassau County, so that these people have less of a distance to travel.
Of course.
And that increases the likelihood that they'll continue working in the program, and they'll get well. They'll get, so it's
great stuff.
It's good stuff.
Great stuff.
As I sit here in the studio, look across at the no dog sign. I just noticed that.
We've had dogs in here. I just want to close with a story. When I first met Lonnie, and I've told this story on the air a few times, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but he'll ask anybody, and he's relentless. You know what I mean? And he's doing great work, and he's relentless. And I know running a foundation, like I'm trying to put this thing together, and it's hard. There's a lot of different charities, and you're bugging people. So he said to me, "Hey, why don't you come out one Saturday morning? We're handing out boots to some veterans in Long Island City. There's a hotel there. Nobody knows these homeless veterans are in a hotel. We're going to give them all boots." So I go, "All right, I show up 7 o'clock. I go to Long Island City, park the car." And he goes, "John, the truck can't get around the block. Can you back the truck in I back the truck in. They open it up. Now, boots are heavy. Well, they have the boots in cases. So maybe there's 10 pairs of boots or whatever in one case, right? So I'm looking at this and I'm like, wow, somebody's going to be exhausted today. So I go, "Lonnie, who's offloading the truck? Who do you got?" And he goes, "What do you think you're doing here, stupid?" I go, "Oh, man." So we offloaded that truck.
Like, "I'll only take the size 6s. I'm not taking the 14s.
I said, can we do one boot at a time? So we offloaded that truck, and those veterans lined up the stairwell, 4 or 5 stories, all the way up, and they handed them out in the lobby. And it's an unbelievable experience.
We'll be in Long Island City tomorrow morning.
Oh, yeah?
300 guys living in that shelter. 300
still there.
veterans.
Oh, wow.
And everybody is going to get a brand new coat. Everybody's going to get
Beautiful.
brand new winter boots.
Wow.
Beautiful.
We had gone there a couple of years. Actually, it's not so wide. We got there last year. And in November, this time of year, and the weather was not this nice last year.
Right.
And these guys have to go outside. You can't hang out in the building all day. So you got to go out. They were out there in shorts and flip flops, and it's November.
Yeah,
it's November.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we'll be at that
Good
place
stuff
tomorrow morning.
Good stuff.
Wow.
Well, thanks for coming in again,
John. Thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me talk a little bit about 2 really spectacular organizations.
Well, we hope to be working with you again and putting this show together. I'll talk to Paul tomorrow and see what dates were available, and we'll be off and running. Get it on the calendar.
Laughter Saves Lives is the trifecta. 2 great organizations. Laughter Saves Lives makes the trifecta of great organizations, and the 3 of you together are just incredible.
I'm just a guest.
Hysterical.
That's the word.
You don't know, my brother, how much that means to me coming from you, because to be affiliated with these organizations a little bit and veterans, in memory of my guys, I could cry here. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Really. Tom Ronay from Pause Award General Needs will be right back after this commercial with comic Chris Monty. Wait a minute, he's here already. Well, he's going to come back. He's going to change chairs one more time.
I went to...
I'm sorry to bother you, but I have 30 seconds to give you a very important message. My name is Arthur Lee. I'm the CEO and inventor of LifeVac, a simple choking rescue device that could save a life in a choking emergency. We've saved over 3,000 lives now, but we're not there. 5,000 people a year choke to death, one child every 5 days. Please consider protecting your family in a choking emergency with LifeVac. Go to lifevac.net today. Thank you for your time.
Hi, I'm Michael Barasch. Today is National First Responders Day. At Barasch McGarry, it's an honor to represent over 25,000 responders in every single state who participated in the rescue and recovery operations at the World Trade Center, at the Pentagon, and at Shanksville after the terrible attacks of 9/11. But 9/11 didn't end on 9/11. Responders are still getting sick and dying every single day. To the firefighters, the police officers, the EMTs, the paramedics, the fire inspectors, to all of you who keep us safe day after day, thank you for everything you do. You're taking great care of others. It's now time to take care of yourselves too. Please be each other's advocate so all 9/11 responders get the health care and compensation they deserve. Both the health program and the victim fund have been fully funded. I assure you, you won't be taking away from others. Protect yourselves, protect your families. It's a privilege to represent you.
And we're back.
Left Saves Lives Live.
Paradise Studios. Bam! What is the other one? Paradise Studios. Strong on television.
Can you get me a hat like that?
I wish I could. This was made years ago.
I want to get that hat for my brother.
This is
Because
nice.
my brother's a retired, like you, 9/11 veteran,
Met fan.
Yeah.
Very, very proud of the guys that I worked with, the guys that were lost, but also I'm very proud of. You know me, I'm always wearing the shirts, and people go, "You always wearing FDNY shirts."
No,
I can't. I'm sorry, I can't help it. But I thought of you. I think I contacted you. If I didn't, I apologize. The Laughter Saves Lives team entered the FDNY Columbia Association bocce tournament.
No, I think you did tell me about
that.
Yeah,
you would have loved this. The mute they were playing.
Did you have the big gallon of wine?
No, but they were playing I asked Fat Jay to play.
Right.
Because here's what I figured. Fat Jay is very fat. That's what they call Fat Jay. And he's the one
not that fat.
He's 5X.
He's a big
5X.
boy. He's a big boy.
I had to order him.
I like the guy. I don't want to insult him.
I love the guy. I'm not insulting him.
But you know, I
That's what he
said
calls
to him,
himself.
I said, I don't want to call you Fat Jay. He goes, no, it's okay. Everybody calls you
Yeah.
Fat Jay. I grew up with that.
Yeah.
I go, I don't know.
So Richie calls him Fatso now.
Now I call him Fat Frankie.
But I was thinking of you because they were playing the Italian music as we're playing, and I've never played on an official bocce court.
Right.
My God, beautiful, long and wide and manicured. It was a club, right?
Right.
We're playing for a few hours. We beat the runner-up from the last year. I don't know how. We beat them, right? So now they're bringing food out, right? They're coming out with food. All of a sudden, there's a big bowl between the four courts. Guys there, he's making fresh mugs. Like, oh, this is it. So next year, I said we're going to bring maybe 2 Laughter Saves Lives teams. You should be able to make it. It's during the week in the morning.
Whatever. Just let me know what it is.
Oh, it was so much
fun.
fun.
I got to watch my kids. No,
so much fun. Richie can't play. Richie can't play because he's going to get hurt.
I'm going to hurt my arm.
He's going to hurt his arm.
Oh, Richie, forget about it.
So is hers arm. So yeah. So what's
an
going on in your life? You're here as our guest, and we're talking away.
Just an old dad. I'm an old dad. You're.
I'm an old.
No, you're not old because you had. How old were you when you married Paula?
Well, I was up there as 28.
28, he says.
But I mean, I have my oldest kid.
What?
My wedding was 24 years ago, and you were at it.
Right. And I was at your wedding.
I wasn't really fun.
And Richie did a country western theme, which was really
country western.
We had
line dancing at the wedding. Thank God you weren't invited.
It was all
anyway.
I would like
dances,
that. I would like
and
that.
we had horses at my wedding.
But I
was
45 when I married my wife.
45.
Right. That's old. That's old.
That's
Yeah. And so 47 when I had my first child.
Right.
50 when I had my second.
Wow.
And I'm 52 now. So I have a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old.
So your kids are going to be in school going, you bring your granddaddy here.
Exactly.
No, that's my dad.
You know what the worst part is? Is like right now already I'm telling my children and my wife, gear them towards colleges in Florida because we'll be living there when they're going to college. You know?
and the classmates are going, oh, your grandpa came to pick you up, right?
Yeah. Oh my God. It's unbelievable.
Dad, where are we going to college? How's Boca Raton?
That's exactly right. Because I pick up my kids, like Olivia's in school, Emily's home. Yeah. So here's my week. I get up in the morning. Tomorrow morning, I get up at 7:15 a.m. And my dad comes over.
Oh, nice.
Right? I remember I asked you about your dad.
Yeah.
And he's 93, right?
90.
90. So I go, how's your dad? And he goes, he's 90. I go, yeah, but how is he? And he goes, he's 90.
Right?
Right. So my dad's 82, but he's still, you remember your dad was 82?
Oh, yeah.
When his dad was 82, his dad was like 42.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
He was
yeah,
still,
yeah,
I
yeah.
know his dad.
Yeah.
My dad's 82 and he's still 82. He's like your dad. He's active. He comes over every morning because he said to me, I don't want you to have to drag Emily to the bus stop. It's 2 blocks. Right. He goes, 8 o'clock in the morning, you got to drag Emily to the bus stop. I'll come sit with Emily. And he loves it. And
they love him. I'm sure.
Oh, my God. So every day I get up. I'm a comic. I get up at 7:15 in the morning. You had to do it.
Oh,
he doesn't get up at 7.
No,
but when his kids were little.
I used to get them
up
for the bus, right?
The Eggo waffles go in the thing.
Right.
Every day I would mix up something different. And then I got them on the school bus, and it was tough getting back to sleep.
But you did.
But you know what?
Turning.
My wife hates me because at 11 o'clock in the morning, I have Emily on her schedule. She gets up at 7:30, 8 o'clock. She gets a little, she's 2. And we have a little action, a milk, a breakfast, her Sesame Street, her playtime. And then 11 o'clock, regimented, this kid, done. And I'm like, thank Christ, because daddy's done too. And I nap with her.
Oh, now those are the best naps.
And and let me tell you something. Nothing like a little person drooling on your shoulder in your bed. I put her in my bed.
Right.
And then my wife comes home and she goes, what'd you do today?
Oh,
what did I do today? I go, are your children alive?
That's
now?
right.
She went to school in the bus. She's home. This one's alive. And the dishes, the dishwasher's
And they
empty.
fed one. They ate once.
Right.
Well, you know what?
You couldn't do a load of laundry. You couldn't do it. I go, listen, this one's enough. And I need a nap because I'm, in show business. Yeah. This is what we do.
Chris,
the women are amazing.
Let me
they
say,
can get done in a day.
Yeah, I do that in a day. But let me say one thing. You said she has this hate for you because you're raising the children, and she's not.
She's not hate.
No.
Jealousy.
Well, what I was going to say is, as the children get older, the hate doesn't get less. It's almost like they hate you even more. Like my wife hates me.
That I know, but I do that on your wedding.
I don't get it. Everybody, everywhere I go, everybody loves me.
You are like one of the
loves
most.
me.
Both of you, because you like remember we worked together a couple weeks ago at the place, whatever we did, right?
Yeah.
And you were so nervous. I
was rusty.
I'm nervous.
This guy, let me tell you something. This guy, the new comic, longer than me. I'm doing 26 years. He's doing it 30. This guy gets up there. Oh, I don't know. He gets up there. And one thing we say about you always, and my mother, God rest her soul, loved this guy.
No,
always.
Really?
So loved you too.
No, I'm kidding.
But you're likable. The minute he gets on stage, you
think at this point in your career, like whatever, if you're not still nervous doing certain sets, you're not taking it serious. You know what I mean?
You have to have fun.
Especially if I haven't done a little while, I'm like, I want to put on a good show.
No, I know, but you always do, and you're likable. You're extremely likable.
Well, that's
you have that likability.
My wife goes, I love John LaRocchia. This is what she said. I love John LaRocchia. No, it's nothing bad.
I see it coming.
I see it coming.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. He's very nice.
Let him finish. Let me finish.
She goes, I love John.
But
she said, I love John LaRocchia. He's very personable. He's hysterical. And then she goes, wait, which one was that?
But his material is crap.
We know each other so well now.
No.
We know each other.
Let me have it.
No,
that's funny.
But I'm doing what you. No, listen. You've done it. You were the dad. You were a model dad.
Yeah, he is.
No, you are. Because you know what?
And granddad.
No, I'm telling you. I remember hanging out at your house for parties, and
you guys did a party in the backyard.
Yeah.
Remember the karaoke thing you did in my backyard?
And
I'm still waiting to get paid.
And John is like a great dad. And let me tell you something. My whole life, people would tell me, "You're gonna be a great dad. You're gonna be a great dad." And I go, "What makes you say that? I'm 45. I'm not married. I don't have kids. I don't have a pet. I don't have nothing. I want to be alone." And now, like, not everything stops when you have kids, right? Like that's it. Like I don't care about anything.
You could also say everything starts.
It starts.
It starts.
My fun.
I know what he meant.
What I thought was fun, what I thought was whatever, stopped, and now I can't picture life without those. And you, same thing for you, right? With your children, you can't picture life without those children. Like,
But we never missed a day. Like as they get older, we're like, oh, I can't wait till this ends. And
Right.
then no, but we never everyone said, don't you miss those days? We're still waiting for that. See, you live it with the grandkids. Again,
Oh, I
right?
love it.
And
I love it.
one thing I want to say to John, what does not count as an activity is Stu Leonard's.
Listen,
That's like a zoo.
First of all, it's
they-
Mookow, they call it. And Mookow, I was there yesterday.
Oh,
I was there yesterday.
Yeah.
I took my granddaughter there last year with my
Ice cream?
grandson.
Did they get the ice cream?
I have, you get every $100 you spend, you get a free ice cream.
so it's like
But-
every day.
But I don't go there. I don't go there every week anymore. But I don't give her an ice cream every time. If someone messy, whatever.
Right.
I have 29 free ice creams. $2,900.
Can I bring my kids? Why don't we go
Yeah,
next?
yeah. Let's go.
How
Let's
much
go.
is an ice cream there anyway? $2?
I don't know. But this was funny. Last year I brought them, and she was in the metal chair sitting next to me, and he was across the table. And I turned around for a second, and I hear this crash of metal, like this crash. And I look up, and initially I didn't see she was missing. I looked at him, and he's like, "Grandma, she's on the floor." And she fell this way.
Oh, wow.
Thank God. I thought she face hit the floor,
Right.
and she's face down crying, and I'm like, I'm going to turn this kid around, and it's just going to be blood, right?
Right.
So
Ice
I,
cream.
yeah, I turn her around, and I don't see any blood. I'm scooping the mouth, right? And he points and he goes, her tooth is on the floor. And I go, oh my God, they're never going to let me watch these kids again, right?
Right.
I look down, I go, that's a blueberry, Vincent. Freaking tooth. It's a blueberry. Oh, all right.
Speaking of that,
Now I know why you don't
just-
go there very often
you
anymore.
just triggered me for a story. My daughter, Olivia, who's 5 now, and going to be 6 in June. So what's that? 5 in a couple of months, right? Almost 6 months. 5.5. Got 2 loose teeth on the bottom, right? So exciting. She said, "Daddy, something's wrong." What? Something's wrong here. I said, no, nothing's wrong. You got loose teeth. Those teeth those are your baby teeth. They're gonna come out. Whatever. This is wonderful. And I said, "Wow, isn't this great? We got Tooth Fairy coming." And then I said, "Oh my God, what the hell's the Tooth Fairy give?" I started late, right? Now you're how old?
65.
You're 65. I'm 52.
Very young.
All right, so Richie's 50 plus, right?
8-ish.
What did you get from the Tooth Fairy?
We always actually. Oh, what did I get?
What did the Tooth Fairy give you?
$1, maybe
You got $1?
Nice.
What'd you get? I got a quarter. I got 50 cents.
Might have been a nickel.
Maybe $1.
Yeah.
If my father won money at the track. So I said to my daughter, I said to my wife, I said, I don't know, this is a different. We started right 5. Wait,
Yeah.
I said my wife says to me, talk to Olivia. She's very in tune. She's very very smart young lady.
Right.
I said, Olivia, Daddy wants to talk to you. She comes over. She said, yes, Daddy. I said, let me ask you something. Do you know about the Tooth Fairy? And she goes, oh yes, Daddy. I said, let me ask you this. What's the Tooth Fairy giving? Without blinking, she goes 20.
Nice.
I go,
I love it.
dollars. She goes, yes. I said,
Nice.
Olivia, let me tell you something right now. There is no such thing as a Tooth Fairy.
That's great.
And after you grilled cheese, we're going to have a long discussion about Santa Claus.
$20. So what did you end up giving?
It didn't come out yet.
Oh.
But I just told her I squashed the whole Tooth Fairy.
And
thing.
We always gave 5.
I said, fake news. There's no Tooth Fairy.
Because what does a kid buy for $1? Nothing.
Today, you can't even get candy for $1, right?
My kids, you know what? I don't know if they've never known the value of money or could just care less. If I put $50 in there, they would just go like this. And we have a little pillow with the pocket.
Yeah.
like
Oh,
that.
yeah. Remember how we knew what the value of money was compared to like kids today?
Well, we used to have the ice cream truck come around all the time.
Oh, that was the
And
best.
and back then it was
me
like
and my friends used to
75
walk
cents,
up to-
$1.50 for a cone, double cone. Now it's
Yeah.
like what, $5, $6, $10 for a cone?
We sounded old.
We
we
do.
sounded old already.
No, and we
Remember?
But I remember like my mother saying the ice cream truck would always come a half hour before dinner was served. And my mother's mother lived in Florida, and she'd visit us. And she'd come up for 2 weeks every year. And she'd stay at our house, and the ice cream truck would come. We ate dinner at my house at 5:30 because my dad got home at 4
Right.
from work. So
Right.
we ate at 5:30 because most kids ate at 6:30 because their dads got home at that time.
Right, right,
My
right.
dad had his lunch at 11 o'clock in the morning. At 5:30, he wanted dinner.
Right.
So at 5:10, right? The softy would come, and my mother would run out of the kitchen. She was cooking dinner. She'd run out of the kitchen to my grandmother. Don't give them money. They can't, And she'd slip us $2.
Right.
3 of us.
Nice.
Me and my brother and sister. $2 would take care for 3 of us.
Nice.
Right? And we go out there, we get our ice cream cones, and she'd say, eat them out. My grandma would say, eat them outside.
What was your favorite good humor?
You got a minute.
Not
Guys.
good humor.
You got a minute.
Mrs. Softy. Double cone, chocolate, rainbow sprinkles.
Beautiful.
I don't know why rainbow.
Home run. Home run.
I know why.
When I went to Stu Leonard's the other day, I always come back to the house with all kinds. What?
I said rainbow sprinkles. I don't know why. And he goes, I know why. And then he did this with a straw.
Hey, listen. Thanks to Tom Ronayne for coming in. General needs pause of war. Thank you to my old buddy Chris Monty here. Love
Johnny
you.
LaRocca.
Very, very funny
I
guy.
want the hat.
Where are you going to be,
We
Chris
got a big
Monty?
show
we're going to be
coming up
there.
here.
All right, we're going to be there.
Casa
Where are you
Stella
I'm
going to
not
be?
on that flyer.
Where are you going to be
No,
this
that's
week?
November
This
14th.
weekend I'm going to be in Connecticut and I'm going to be in Jersey. But on the 27th of November, Thanksgiving Eve, I'm going to be headlining the main room at Governor's in Levittown.
Nice.
Chris Monty and friends, come out and celebrate.
11/22 is our almost gala, the big show, the big fundraiser.
John F.
There's
Kennedy
the
was shot
flyer.
that day.
There's the flyer. Come on out. It's going to be a great night. Thank you. We are going to the diner. Good night, everybody. Laughter Saves Lives live.